Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. 2008 Toyota Prius, 170,000 miles, still running strong. It's awesome. That was definitely right, this second gen, that was the vehicle which made Toyota #1 hybrid company, definitely. I just finished that regular engine oil filter change. I'm sure I filmed that for you guys in the past. There's nothing to do with that. Everything else seems to be fine. Tire pressures, brakes, cabin filter, engine air filter, everything's fine, but the owner said one of the low beam headlights is not working. I believe they said it's this one, that the high beam does work, but the low beam doesn't. So let's go and check, confirm the situation, if it's true. The window's open conveniently. We will just put the light on, correct? We don't need a key or anything, it should go on. Boom. If we look on the dash, there's nothing, and then this will be the high beam. So we will keep it in low beam just to recheck where the bulb is, what's happening. So here's the little orange baby, and that's a low beam running. Aha, yeah, right. So that's confirmed. When I put the high beams, both of them were running. So let's see what can we do with it. Now they said also in the parking lot that if they banged on it, it will go on. That will kind of give you idea that there is just either loose connection on the bulb or the filament, that wire which is in that bulb, which is down here. It's right there, hiding. It might be just touching intermittently and going on. So let's not waste that small little 12-volt battery anymore. Let's shut it off. Now we know that the problem is really there, and we will try to repair it together as easy as possible. Why am I saying that? Well, I clearly remember when I was working at the dealer, we were servicing a lot of these. That was the generation we were touching most. The factory repair manual said clearly, you need to remove the front bumper cover in order to remove entire head assembly, in order to get from behind, right there, and replace that bulb. So I placed you on the opposite side of me so you can see on the back of this headlight assembly. I'm suspecting that the owner tried to fix this problem by himself, because right here, where is this plastic cover, there is missing that plastic fastener. So I will bet you he was trying to squeeze his hands there. One of the things which is stopping me to get behind, oh yeah, confirmation number 2. There's missing another fastener right here. Where is my finger going? There is extension of the intake, and that is completely missing too. You can see it right here. Is it focusing? Yep. So that was missing. That's gone. He probably pried on this. The fastener broke, shot up. Might be sitting down there in the engine. So now suddenly, as you can see, I can put my hand here and I'm actually already touching the connector for that bulb. And of course, I'm making a bunch of assumptions I'm not sure if he tried to put it, but if you look down there, I think you can clearly see the wire and that beige connector. After a little bit of wiggling, this bulb connector finally came off, and if you look inside, there's a lot of that hardened crud around the connectors. That's hardened, basically dielectric grease, which is supposed to keep the moisture away from the contacts so they are not rusted and bad. We could be using voltmeter and checking if there is any electricity coming to the bulb. I think the bulb will be bad, so I will just continue with removal. That hopefully will give me chance to show you this entire rubber cover. Do you see it? Yeah. So that's what is sealing that light. And these were two. So it's a stop here. I hope you can see it. And it's lock. It's towards to the, it will be this locking way, and open was this way. So reaching there, that spring wire was towards to the outside of the vehicle. I will show it to you in just a second. And I moved it up. See, this is just a nightmare. Film this, it's a nightmare. But I show you that wire, the locking wire, which was holding that bulb in. You can see it coming out. And now we can look if the filament is broken. I can read on the bulb, Koito, Japan. I bet you this is actually original as it came with the car from Japan. Now here is that wire I was talking about, the locking wire. Do you see it right there in the middle of the screen? This is what I will be moving towards to the out of the vehicle. At that very tip of that wire I will be locking, right? I will be locking it towards to the floor, towards down. It will lock it and it will hold that bulb in the correct position. Let's see if I can show you nicely the detail of that filament which is burnt. This is just standing. You can see the mounts. Maybe if we go this way. Yeah, do you see that? Do you see that metal? The part of it, the burnt part, which is rolling in that glass there and back. That's awesome. You see that? And this is where it's burnt, right there. You can see the missing wire. And that's the part which keeps rolling around. So yeah, that's a reason why the high beam will work, but not the low beam. So when you are ordering this, you definitely have a bulb which needs high beam and low beam. Look at it. This is fantastic detail. I'm glad I'm able to show it to you while I'm waiting for delivery of that bulb. So meanwhile, the new bulb arrived. This is what I'm installing there. Now, since we are cutting corners and since this is shortcut, I want to show you exactly how it belongs there. So this wider part here on the top, that is a top, that's the orientation of the bulb. And these two parts, maybe you can see it on that black background better, these will be the bottoms. So top, bottoms. This is the old one. Don't touch the glass with your fingers because you have oil on the fingers, and that will actually be not good for the health of the new bulb. So this is the old one. This is no, don't do it, because there is a small wiggle place to putting it, because we are trying and showing the fastest way to deal with it without removing maybe windshield wiper reservoir. If I remove that, I will create space, or I could have removed that entire front bumper cover and remove that entire headlight assembly, but we are not doing it. Since we are trying to do it quick, we know the orientation of the bulb, and the little hint is, if you never did that before, well, use the old one, which you can touch like this, and just try to install first the old one without messing up the brand new one. So let's go and install it. We know how it goes there, and then I will be pushing that wire which I showed you just on it. That wire will be, basically I'm closing it like a gate, it goes on top of the bulb, boom, and then it needs to be pushed down and underneath the hook. So let's go and see if it can be done this easy and quick way. Here comes the brand new baby. I'm watching that this one goes up. I will prepare that wire outside as I show it to you. And then I'm carefully inserting the brand new bulb in its mount. I'm making sure it's seated. You have to feel it. Obviously I cannot put my camera there. And now I need to bring that locking wire, lock it behind that hook. Here I have it ready finally for that install. So carefully I will install it over those contacts, and you should be probably able to see the wire hooked on the back as before removal. So now all I have to do is to make sure it's working before I will install this intake and so on. So what was not working, huh? It was the low beam, right? Look at it. We have the low beam running. Let's go look on the high beam. Always recheck everything, obviously. We have a high beam and the high beam. So we were able, without following the factory repair manual, we were able to take care of this repair. Now I need to put back this intake, part of the intake. And I have obviously plenty of these fasteners. I have brand new ones, used ones, whatever, so I can install it for them. This one is actually one of those small ones with that screw in it. Let's see, I had one sitting around. Oh yeah, look at it. You can bring the screwdriver. They are normally stripped anyway, so you see. Now we have it nicely installed. Bulb is there, and we are ready to return this vehicle. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, you find it helpful. If you do, please always give it a thumb up and stay tuned. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.